let me introduce myself. My name is Pam Lewis. I am the Executive Director of the New Economy Initiative. And if you haven't heard of what that is, NEI is a grant making and ecosystem building organization. We move dollars to support programs like Tech Town, Build Institute, Detroit Development Fund, Michigan Women's Forward, a lot of the nonprofits that are helping entrepreneurs just like you. So I'm excited to be your MC this evening and so happy for the women who are leading and participating in this wonderful program. According to the US Census, Detroit's largest demographic group is Black women. They say it's about 42%. An important key to our city's future is you, making sure that Detroit entrepreneurs have access to resources that can help them grow their businesses and employ more people is so important. And that's why making sure a high growth entrepreneurship program like Steep Detroit is centered around Black women like yourselves. Let me give you an overview of the evening and an overview of the program. So Steep Detroit, and I'm sure most of you on this call know this, supports 50 Black women tech founders. So half in the spring cohort that started in February, and then half in a summer cohort that's to start in June. We are here to congratulate the spring cohort of Steep Detroiters as they complete their intensive training. So let's just take a minute and just congratulate them in our way on the screen. We're also here to welcome the summer cohort of Black women STEM entrepreneurs as they enter the STEEP program themselves. And just to make sure you know why this program is here and who's supporting it, we really want to thank our sponsors, the sponsors of this program, General Motors, Google's Detroit office, the National Science Foundation, and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, who's sponsoring this celebration. So I just want to say thank you to all of the people representing those organizations. Today is not a traditional incubator accelerator pitch night. I'm sure we've all seen those. Today is not that. This evening is an inside look at this unique entrepreneurial experience. We're going to do a couple things. We're going to hear from the participants, guest speakers, and even what we like to call fairy godmothers. We're going to learn about making a minimum viable product using a no-code app. There's going to be the announcement of the winner of the People's Choice Awards. And of course, we still wanted everyone to practice recording their pitches. And then we're going to find out how we all can play a big role in the success of Detroit startups through the Tech Town Startup Fund. So right now I'm going to hand it over to Sharon Madison to talk about what is STEEP.
Thank you very much, Pam. It's wonderful to have you here. And you may not remember this, but a little bit over a year ago, before the pandemic took over, you were in your office and I happened by and I was starting to describe what was in my head, which became STEEP. And so, so here we are, a little over a year later, and I am so happy to be here and to congratulate the first class of STEEP participants and welcome the second class of STEEP participants to this program. Just to give you by way of a background, STEEP, our journey with STEEP started about 14 months ago with a discussion that I had with the head of the I-Core program, Dr. Pamela McCauley at the National Science Foundation. Having been an entrepreneur in a non-traditional field that heavily involved technology, I was very concerned about the fact that what was happening with African-American women in particular in their ability to be able to scale and to develop in the technological fields and as entrepreneurs was being very slow going. And so I took that conversation and applied for a grant with the National Science Foundation to further this. So I'd like to just give you a little background though on the STEM Entrepreneurial Excellence Program known as STEEP. And basically our goal was to start this initiative that would be a model, not just in Detroit, but across the country, as we look at underrepresented women and minority women in technology and in STEM related fields. So this is a pilot program, and all of you that are involved today, I want you to know that you are entrepreneurs. You are, I mean, not just entrepreneurs, but you are innovators and you are pioneers as we look to further the development of African-American women and others in STEM entrepreneurship, utilizing the I-Core program, which is a program that's part of the National Science Foundation, as our model. And Detroit STEEP, which is where we are, boosts Black women business owners and entrepreneurs in recruiting and training women interested in creating or furthering a STEM-based business. And so the goal is to measurably improve the outcomes of female STEM entrepreneurship. And we're doing this by raising the awareness to address barriers to entrepreneurship and success in STEM in the fields for underrepresented minority women. The second area is expanding participant access and understanding of the National Science Foundation's I-Core program and its benefits through customer discovery. So I heard Marlo, ask if everybody had their 100 in the chat if they hadn't gotten there. There's a reason and a rhyme and reason for this. And this is really literally the core of NSF's I-Core program. We're augmenting the NSF I-Core program with an infrastructure to increase URM women participation. And we're augmenting it through the process that you have gone through with your very able instructors over the last 15 weeks. We're also establishing a scalable, repeatable process to build entrepreneurial networks for URM women. And we're also, lastly, creating a network of aspiring and practicing women in STEM-based business owners. As we continue beyond today, we will be looking to enhancing and increasing the ability of each and every one of you in making contacts with those businesses that will support your business and allow you to grow and to develop. And so today, I am just so proud to be here with you and to let you know that this is just the beginning. We are going to continue this and expanding this program. The Julian C. Madison building has been involved in entrepreneurship for the last 20 years. And this is a very tangible way to increase the wealth, increase the visibility, and increase the knowledge of women in our community and really those that we touch and come in contact with. So I'm very happy to be here. I just want to make a few acknowledgements before I leave. I have to give a shout out to my team, Jarrell Harris and Tony Woolridge, who assisted JCMB during this whole period. I want to let Wayne State University, because I wouldn't have been able to put this together. It was a vision, but I could not have put this together without Dr. Tanya Matthews, Dr. Marlo Rencher, who has done a phenomenal job with this, as well as Dr. Dawn Batts. And I also want to give, just kudos and recognition to Teresa Ramirez Zipster, as well as Phaedra. Each one of you has done a tremendous job in making this day possible. And now we're going on to the next one for the next cohort. And those of you that are completing today, stay in touch. We have new things and more things to do. And we're going to make this a model for the entire country. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marla Rencher.
And I'm Dr. Dawn Batts. The STEEP participants received an unprecedented level of support. beginning with our three facilitators, Katrina Turnbull, a Google Detroit coach, Dr. Marla Rencher, and myself. They also had three entrepreneurs in residence, Brittany Rose from Black Girl Magic, Mashaya Tate from Omni Hive and Know Me, Kalechi Ayadewu from Soak and Sepia. Sean McGuire was our customer discovery specialist and business anthropologist. We were also joined by Jason Beal from Midwest Node I-Corps, backed by the National Science Foundation, played a key role. Experts and business development specialists help STEEP participants understand the local entrepreneur ecosystem and the resources available to them. Those experts included Wendy Thomas from the Michigan SBDC, Monica Wheat from Venture Catalyst, Paul Reiser from Detroit Urban Solutions.
STEEP is a 10-month program that helps to transform both the startup and the founder. The first 4 months is an intensive training experience that combines outstanding speakers with a curriculum built by and for Black women entrepreneurs. You'll be introduced to this fantastic lineup of speakers a little bit later. Over the course of this intensive training, the participants learned how to gain deep insight through conducting interviews with potential customers. They learned how to program apps with no code through an MVP bootcamp. They learned how to develop their pitches. And most importantly, they learned how to reinvent themselves as tech founders. The next 6 months is customized for where each startup is on their journey. It includes a foundation of coaching and mentorship, but there are specific paths for each different startup. There's a sales growth path, an operations path, and a path for those seeking venture capital.
So let's talk a little bit more about the STEEP participants. This is an extraordinary group with 26 founders who began the program and 22 who completed the first 4 months. The founders and startups are incredibly diverse, from one that recycles used textiles into insulation, to one that is reinventing what it means to be single, to another who's helping to make the justice system work for foster children, and yet one that's securing health files for medical institutions, and one that is making sure that lost pets find their homes.
The STEEP participants thus far include the following: Abea Startup Studios, Amore All Naturals, Becoming Ghanaian LLC, Edutech Diva Enterprises, Grind Essentials Agency LLC,
Hera, Alera Labs, Indigo Packaging, Jezebella Design Innovations, Lillian Augusta,
Momo's Book Club, New Normal Digital Incorporated, Nextiles, PBA Royal Performing Arts and Training School, Singlehood Solutions LLC, The Joy Cup,
The Pet Shadow, Tynes Co., Workforce E-Training Solutions LLC, Exploit Consulting, and Your Financial Insight.
Congratulations to these extraordinary tech founders.
Everyone agrees that this program is special. I mean, just from what you've heard so far, Sharon, your leadership, Marlo and Dawn. But did you know that it has its own set of fairy godmothers? I mentioned this earlier. And you're about to meet them. They're Richelle Parham, venture capitalist, former chief marketing officer at eBay, and Lisa Stone, investor and co-founder and former CEO of BlogHer. And both of these ladies are managing directors at West River Group, which is a Seattle-based venture capital firm committed to inclusive investing. Lisa and Richelle have generously donated their time, their talent, their strategic networks to make sure that the STEEP participants have an extraordinary experience. We're so grateful for you ladies for doing that. And we have the privilege of them joining us today to share their stories and to inspire each of you. So Richelle and Lisa, take it away.
My partner in crime, Lisa Stone. And we wanted to, number one, just thank you all for inviting us and making us a part of what you all do. We're just so honored to be a part of STEEP and in this great day of celebration. But before we kick things off, we wanted to share a video. We got permission from Dr. Rencher and Dr. Batts to pull this off. And the reason the video is so important, and it's just 1 minute, is it really does talk about why we're actually here today, and frankly, how we got here today, and the power of the network. And so if we could cue the video, that would be great.
Do you know Ned? No, not that Ned. Before you meet Ned, you should meet Richelle Parham. She's friends with Lisa Stone. That's me narrating this video. And this is Sam Jones, Richelle's husband, and Denmark West is BFF. They both went to school with Ned. No, not that Ned. Ned Stabler, CEO of Tech Down Detroit, who went viral for a powerful call out against racist voter suppression in Detroit. I saw the video on Twitter and decided to send fan mail to Ned on LinkedIn. He replied, "Hooray!" We set up a call with Richelle. Not only does Richelle discover the connection with her husband in Denmark, but Ned introduces us to Dr. Marlo Rencher, who co-authored Project Diane 2016, the leading research on Black and Latinx women entrepreneurs, who my husband, Chris Carfey, has sponsored. And I'm not even talking yet about the awesome Levy Ajayi Jones, who also promoted Project Diane, and whom we all helped promote for her first New York Times bestseller, I'm Judging You the Do Better Manual, back in 2016. It was a busy year. Whom Chris and I met all the way back in 2010 on a dance floor at Blogger in New York City. Or maybe did it all start when Richelle and I were born in the same year in the same town in Baltimore, Maryland? Anyway, all this is to say that even if you don't know Ned, you know a Ned. Or maybe even you are a Ned?
From that video was that we're all connected in some way, and it's important to recognize the power of your network. And as you can see, my network is very vast, which includes my partner in crime, Lisa Stone, who I'd love for you, Lisa, to just share with these amazing ladies how you think about a network or a network, and why it's so important in building your business.
I would love to. Thanks, Richelle. And first of all, congratulations. First ever STEEP graduating class from us, and STEEP #2 on the rise. We know, particularly after the past year, how much we need you starting businesses that employ those of us who are trying to make a difference with technology. You know, it's interesting. I grew up in Montana, kind of nobody from nowhere. I was a reporter for my first 10 years before I became a serial entrepreneur. I'm a relatively new investor. And I feel like the three things I've learned that have helped me understand why a network matters so much comes down to three things. It's data, it's story, quality of story, and it's diversity. Richelle, should I just give my little points on each one, or?
Yeah, you should definitely walk these ladies through it, because I think it'll be helpful as some jewels that they could take away with them.
Okay, data. So you may have heard this or experienced this. I feel like, and the data's out there, that men are often asked, who do you know? Women entrepreneurs are often asked, what do you know? And I think the first time I was told that women would never go online in large numbers, never embrace technology, was in 1997 at a Microsoft company, even though I had the data right in my hands from their own servers that they were wrong. So I left the company, went and put the Hearst magazines online, and helped start the first community I built of 25 million uniques a month. So the data actually sometimes isn't just for the people who are buying your business, sponsoring your business, or working for your business. Sometimes it's just for us as entrepreneurs as a confidence builder. But and Richelle has watched me, I've tried to use data to make arguments for years and years, and it turns out data is second to great storytelling. You're welcome, because we all have audiences that are trained by Tesla and Apple and Samsung and Oprah and Martha Stewart to expect that caliber of storytelling. So the quality we take everything out with has got to be superb. And I can't see a better example than the opening speeches from the women who lead this program, showing up like that every single time is candidly what we have to do. The last thing I would just say is the only way I've ever figured out to show up with the right data and the best story is to have as diverse a team as possible. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of the 30 different studies I synthesized, including Project Diane, at wrg.bc/diversity. It turns out whether you're running a public company or you're running a startup, if you have more than one gender and preferably more than one race or ethnicity on your team, the likelihood that you will be more innovative, more profitable, drive better business returns, and overall better business decision making is absolutely correlated with all these data. So with that, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for the opportunity to participate and to salute you. Richelle?
Sure. So I thought what I would do is maybe just share a few pearls of wisdom that have helped me along the way. And it'll go pretty quickly, but I think that these are things that you can put in your toolbox. The first is you have to declare your goal. It's important to declare what you want to be for your career, whether it's a CEO or an entrepreneur, a new business owner, or for me, it was a chief marketing officer. And that way you can determine the new skills you need to learn and also identify the people in your life or the potential new people in your life who can help you along the path to getting there. You have to stop there. Once you reach your first goal, you can declare your next goal so that you can again get back on path. And remember, the path is not always linear. You can go forward, sometimes you'll go sideways, sometimes you'll even go backward, but that shouldn't stop you from your goal. The second is know your worth. You must know your worth, but you also must know your value in the marketplace. And what that also means is you have to often advocate for yourself because no one else will. A former leader on my team was interviewing for a new role at a new company, and the company was planning to make her an offer. They told her that they had limited salary for budget. Well, knowing that, as a lot of women do, and I'd even say a lot of women of color do, and she was a woman of color, she started making lots of concessions and actually negotiating against her own best interests to accommodate them until she got on the phone with me. And I told her that she knows her worth. She needs to let them know her worth, and she needs to be her best advocate. And frankly, what she did is she stood up for herself and she got the salary that she deserved, not the salary they were trying to sell to her in the very beginning. The next lesson is don't be afraid to drop a ball or two. And I learned this lesson the hard way. So people often ask me, how do you do that? Can you actually have it all? And the answer to that, at least in my opinion, is you cannot have it all, at least not all at once, and at least not all at the same intensity. I was told a long time ago that I was spending a lot of time juggling a lot of balls in the air, but I was keeping them in the air at the same height. And I was told that not only could those balls be at different heights, I could at least drop one. And frankly, I'd never dropped a ball before. And what you have to understand and know for yourself is which balls are like crystal and will shatter, and which balls are like rubber and will just bounce. And that's how you can think about the things that you should be juggling in your life. And then one more, and Lisa really touched on this, but I want to just talk about it as it relates to you. No one can or should tell your story better than you. So if you want to get someone's time, get good at telling your story in such a compelling way that the intended wants to learn more. So initially, you'll probably only get about 3 minutes of their time. But if you do it well, you can probably get another 15 minutes or even more. So practice your story in the mirror with your family, with your friends, and get good at talking about your greatness. And then finally, just be proud of what you've accomplished and how far you've come. You deserve the greatness that's being manifested for you and that you're manifesting for yourself. So, with that, I think, Lisa, is there anything else you wanted to share with this beautiful group of women, all this Black girl magic we have going on?
I would say exactly this. It turns out, and it's always hard to believe this after the past couple of years, but I think that there are more Neds than we know. And so I urge you, the next time you see a Ned or are a Ned or want to reach a Ned, to just reach out and try, because the 9 of us who have been working together over the past, it's been many years, have really been pleasantly surprised sometimes at what we've been able to all accomplish together. Strangest allies in strangest places, and it's really a relief. So thank you for what you're doing in Detroit and hopefully outside of Detroit.
Wow, I love that. Richelle, Lisa, thank you so much. Just so many pearls. I hope you guys were taking notes. I know I was. Network, powerful. The power of networks. The world is smaller than you think. And a lot of times, access to resources, we always think about money, but ideas, encouragement, jewels of wisdom that they just gave us. So thank you for sharing that and for your continued commitment to this great program. Part of the magic of this program has been the speakers. And next, we're going to give you a peek into the talks that have been given to those attending the program, as well as a reflection of what each speaker contributed from the participants' perspective. And so with that, we're going to see some magic here. Messages from outgoing mentees and founders to mentors and speakers.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jessica D. Mormon, and I'm the founder and director of Singlehood Solutions, an online community for single women where they can learn about life unpartnered. I wanted to talk briefly about Maria Thompson and her business, TJ Technologies, and how inspired I was by hearing her speak in the STEEP program. She really highlighted a number of important things for us as Black women entrepreneurs to stay focused on. Ask for what you want, be persistent. As the leader, you drive the culture. And of course, hire people that are smarter than you. But the thing that I really took away was the importance of having a kind of clear vision of what you wanted out of your company. She said very clearly on the front end, we were hoping to get acquired. And that really inspired me to think about the multiple directions that I could take my business and the potential that is laying ahead of me. So thank you, Maria, for your inspiring words and for sharing your experiences in entrepreneurship with STEEP.
My husband and I, when we were much younger, we started the company in 1991. I was working full-time at IBM. My husband was a professor of chemical engineering at University of Michigan. And we decided that we wanted to start a company. We always knew we wanted to start a company, but we had an opportunity to novate a contract from another company. And that's sort of how we got our start. We didn't have rich friends and family, so we worked all day at our day jobs and then would work at night on our company for a while until it took off. So we started the company in 1991, and the bottom picture shows after we were acquired by A123 Systems. And this is what I learned from being an entrepreneur. It's important to dare to ask for what you want and to be very persistent, particularly as Black women, because I found I was underestimated most of the time. And I was underestimated so much that I learned to turn it into a competitive advantage, because people wouldn't see you coming. And by the time they figured out I wasn't as dumb as I looked, I had the contract and they didn't. So a lot of that is just being persistent and not taking no for an answer and understanding that you're going to get told no a lot. I don't think that's changed since the 1990s. Maybe with the last administration, that attitude has gotten worse. But you just understand you're going to get told no a lot, that you don't know anything. Why are you here? Who do you think you are? We've heard all of that. But just let it go and keep on persisting. And you have to have a lot of persistence, because you will be successful despite the people who will try to hold you back. And for everybody who tries to hold you back, I found people who are willing to reach out and help. So utilize those. Don't be afraid to ask. You know how they talk about the whole, what is it? When sometimes you, I'm sorry, what did somebody say?
Fake it till you make it.
That's right. And men do that all the time. Men, I don't know if you've ever read Lean In, but men will take a job and they don't even know what they're doing, but they'll just, they don't care that they don't know what they're doing. We kind of care that we don't know what we're doing, but sometimes you just have to just act the part, channel Olivia Pope. And sometimes I would do that if I was trying to do something that I wasn't as confident in. Because you have to be kind. And as the leader of the company, people look to you. So if you look like you're shaky, they're going to feel shaky.
Dr. Keisha Waddell, CEO and founder of New Normal Digital. I love when data speaks, and trying to gain insights from qualitative data is tough, but it's also rich with information. And those visualization tools that shared by Chris Carfey in his session were absolutely game-changing for any entrepreneur or business owner seeking to gain insights from their target market. So thanks so much, Chris.
There are a lot of tools that are starting to come out and are now sort of on the cusp of consumer use, and these are things that a decade or two ago you would have needed a huge research lab or an IBM like budget in order to have access to them. This is an interesting tool, and what it lets you do is take raw text and start finding some insights. If I'm doing customer development at this point, I'm like, oh, okay, I have found something that is a really strong pain point that these customers of this solution are having. This is a place where I would start to really dig in, make sure that any solution that I was coming out to these customers with didn't have this issue of constant updates and having to deal with it and such. And I would start digging through things on there. So,
my God, this was phenomenal. Our chat was over here exploding.
Oh, right on. Excellent. Yeah, I was in the window. So, 33 chat. Oh, man, no, I feel back.
Hi, my name is Morgan Phillips Botts, and I am the founder of Momo's Book Club, a subscription book club for kids designed to make their library as diverse as the world. I'm here to talk about Denmark West and his talk with us. I think what I kind of opened my eyes during his talk was that there's a lot of money out there that I can get to. It kind of opened my eyes to thinking outside of what I was already working with, that I can dream bigger and ask for more and find the funding I need to take my business to the next level, which was super exciting and kind of just expanded my whole thought process after that class. So thank you for that.
I was fortunate that I was educated and properly trained in a way that allowed me to go off into the world in a different way, having the roots and the culture of Detroit to support me from a character perspective. And I think that a lot of people don't really understand what an advantage it is to grow up in a city like Detroit, because the culture of Detroit is one that's built for toughness. And you don't realize that until you start to visit other places. And to be an entrepreneur, you're signing up for something that requires you to be tough. My view of the future is that we're going to lean more heavily into a future that's female, colorful, conscious, and connected, and using those as the pillars for how to think about where the opportunities are going to lie. There's the story that gets told, and then there's the story that gets lived, right? And the story that gets told is one of the mainstream, right? The story that gets lived is the one that we as Black people have to deal with every day. And we know that the rules are different. We know that the structure is different. And we know that because of that, our lives tend to be different. And so we're going to actually see things that other people don't even see, because that's just not their experience. That's not their life. And that's not even the story that they're told, right? So because of that, you end up with people having literal cognitive dissonance when you try to explain how different your life is to what they experience. Right. And so, your point is, hey, you probably know people. Yeah, I do. Right. That's right. I do. And because, I've spent enough time in the sort of rich white mainstream world. And I grew up in the working class, blue collar streets of Detroit, right? Like, you have enough to sort of see the reality for how it exists for millions of people versus the perception of how things are supposed to work and how people believe it works. And so the opportunity that presents itself is the one that says, I can actually create the bridge between what you think and what is real. Because that's where money's made.
Hello, my name is Renee Arthur, and I am the founder of Becoming Ghanaian, a travel company helping Americans find their way to Ghana. If you are interested in planning a wonderful trip to Ghana, we would love to help you with every step of the way during your trip preparation. Visit www.becomingghanaian.com and subscribe to our email newsletter. Coming soon, the Becoming Ghanaian mobile app gives American travelers planning a trip to Ghana access to hard-to-find information and insider tips. The app will be available this summer 2021 on iOS and Android. The fireside chat with Stacey Brown-Philpott and Danielle Smith was a very insightful session in the STEEP program this spring. I was inspired to learn about a successful Black woman entrepreneur who had a successful online company at the level of TaskRabbit. I felt validated in my dreams and goals, along with a strong sense of community in the beginning of the session when we learned that Stacey was from Detroit and still identified Detroit as her place of beginning.
Like, what is going on? And I think some of us, we want to have the whole thing perfect before we go out and ask. And we're not perfect. We will never be. And the only way to get to scale and success, you've seen this, Danielle, I'm sure, in building your company, is if you go get help from other people. And we've got to humble ourselves to do that, put our pride aside and say, yes, I'm pretty badass. Like, I'm pretty good at what I do, but I need somebody to help me. And so some of it is just letting go of trying to be perfect. Some of it is humbling yourself to go and ask for help. And then the third piece is asking for more.
And how did you start thinking on a Silicon Valley scale versus 6 Mile and Southfield scale? That's a question for me.
You know, I still don't think I think on a Silicon Valley scale. And the reason why is, I'll say something to you. I was on a panel, or I wasn't on the panel. I attended a discussion, I think it was now 2 weeks ago. And it was a woman on the panel. Her name is Melody Hobson. She's married to George Lucas, who, as we know, who he is. And the panel was about like investing in Black businesses, and, it was about that. And she said something that was like, gosh, I still don't think on the Silicon Valley. He's not even in Silicon Valley, but let me tell you what he said. He said he was gonna have lunch. She set up a lunch with some artist who had written a movie, a script, and wanted George to review the script. And she'd arranged this lunch. And she says, George, we're going to this lunch. And he said to her, I don't do lunches, I build schools. And so it wasn't like he didn't want to meet this one person who wrote a script. He's like, I build schools, so thousands of kids can learn how to build scripts. Like, that's the level at which I operate. Fascinating. This was 2 weeks ago, and it blew my mind because I felt like I went to Google. I supported 1 billion users. Like, our company was like, I figured out how to run a 200-person organization that was supporting 1 billion users who clicked on Google search results, who used Google Maps, who downloaded Google Chrome, who had Gmail accounts, like massive scale. And here I am. Listen, I was like, he builds schools. Yeah. So I think I just can't think big enough. I think this sort of 6 Mile and Southfield girl is gone. There's a part of her that's still in there that knows that, like, whatever I have to do, I'm going to fight for it. But there's another part of me that knows that, like, I got to build schools. Like, now I'm like, wait a minute, I can't just keep doing one-on-one meetings. I got to go build some schools.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Sydney, and I was able to be the host of the No Code Bootcamp. And I'm so excited to kind of talk about MVPs, why it was important, and some of the takeaways that happened during this time. So, if you don't know me and you're in the next cohort, and if you weren't able to join our sessions, I'm Sydney. I'm the founder of Techquity, and I created a platform called Nixcode that allow founders just like you who can build something super quick and lean in the mobile app space for users to use. So something on Android and iOS without any coding. And so I'm happy to lend my experience as a developer where I've bootstrapped just like you all are doing. I've pitched just like you all are doing. And now I have a software company that supports over 56,000 users and are helping people get MVPs to the marketplace, grow their investment, and grow their customer growth. So you may be thinking, okay, well, what's an MVP? And if you don't recall, an MVP is one of the most significant advantages. And one of the pieces of an MVP is that it's essentially the core essential value of your mobile app, the core essential piece of your business. It's why people are buying your product. And what it does is offer the development team, if you have one, or offer you who has to develop it, live feedback from a target customer. You want to learn, is this what they want? Is this what I pay for? Am I solving a problem? Am I closing a gap? And am I providing delight? So this allows business organizations to understand the potential applications they can use in the market that they're trying to penetrate. So what about no code though, and how does that work? So no code is essentially using building blocks of graphical user interface pieces. So small packages of code that get pieced together, talk to each other in a workflow format to produce a result. Drag and drop things, just like building a Microsoft PowerPoint almost, is just as easy as building this no code mobile app. So the main reasons why people choose to build with no code is because they want to build fast. They want to build without engineers. They want something that's easy to use on their first try. They want control over their fresh idea and product. They need something super lean and affordable. These are all important factors when you're considering building an MVP. You want to build fast because you want to learn fast. You want to build it without the complication of engineers. You need to understand your own product. And then having something easy to use, not only for you, but the end user, because you're going to learn so much building an MVP. Then you're going to get control over your product. You're going to be able to make changes as you're applying all these lessons learned. And you need something affordable because you will pivot a couple times. Do not try to break the bank just to validate your fresh idea. You want to take this time to really learn and to validate where your investment really needs to be. So why the MV Bootcamp done through STEEP program was super important is because we're able to detail the process for users. It's one thing to have this idea in your head and you think, okay, well, I'm just gonna have people, go through my process and do this. But when you get into the bootcamp, you gotta identify what software you're gonna use, okay? Who's gonna use it? When they get in it, what are you gonna ask them? What are the different workflows and decision points will they make in this journey? You need to detail that not only for your mobile app, but it's good to know in any business or whatever you're creating to start building systems that help your user move through your business, acquire your business, implement your services, and of course, retain them and provide great customer experience. When you do that, you want to be able to validate your how and your who. Validate how you're going to do what you're doing and who you're doing it for. Again, when you go into development, it's all an idea. And so it's great to have a plan and a product to ask questions, to survey, to test, to collect data. So that way, when you get ready to do your next version or launch your 1.0 or 2.0, it's not based on assumptions. It's based from data. It's based from proven feedback and information. With that, that's called verifying demand. It's, am I building something that I want things to solve a problem, or are people like you are actually building something that I would pay for? It is solving my problem. It makes me happy. It's closing a gap for me. So that's important. Are you verifying things people want to pay for? You're in business. That's the goal. And then you probably need stakeholder buy-in. Are people who are my stakeholders bought into what I'm doing? So sometimes we have to partner with other entities and companies to implement our products. So if you have a company that relies on partnerships with other websites, partnerships with other software companies to implement and fulfill your service, are they bought into your process? Where do they come in your process? And so these are things that you can take away from the MVP Bootcamp and actually build out something super lean and minimal to start validating, getting your surveying done, and verifying demand. So you may be thinking, okay, all this no code, I'm looking to get investment. I need capital because I need so much money to build what I really need to. Well, you can start with just no code, which is usually super affordable to do. But believe it or not, there are investors who are building portfolios around no code solutions. So these are two products, Paradeals and My Nursery, are apps built with multiple no code tools put in together that actually received backed by capital. And yours can be too. They're actually investors who are on the rise and on trend to understand how no code works, and that it is a future way, and that they're investing in those type of apps and platforms. So how did we do this in the Steve Bootcamp? We use logic-based programming. So we were able to exercise our minds to find solutions and the best tools to take action and piece those tools together to create a user flow. Essentially cause and react, and using something like a file explorer directory. There's different files and folders within each other, which are essentially our features and app components. So we use 4 steps to start to plan and build our first app. We built a workflow around the experience, wireframe screens. So kind of what do we think this is going to look like? What does my folder structure look like? Then we went through a whole category of all these tools we could use, from memberships to virtual reality to video, audio tools. And then we connected those tools together to work and build a mobile app inside Nixcode. Within Nixcode, which is the platform we use, we were able to use all these different tools that range from, again, design things, augmented reality, memberships, and more tools without any code on any of them. And you take all these tools from the marketplace or a web interface to ask questions, to create user flow, to create a homepage screen. What do users need to select first? How do we group them together? We found all these different plugins through a project we put together. And we were able to use Nixcode's platform to actually build the app. And so Nixcode is able to empower businesses and startups to create MVPs because, one, you get to build something super lean. You have all the plugins there already ready to integrate. So no fancy API connections or any of that jargon. You're able to find the tools you need, create an account, set it up, add your own content, create your own forms, and then just add the links, add your images, add your content right here in our platform, and then just add the buttons that you need to do. Add them in the navigation, add them in the side menu, add your own text, add your own branding and colors, and you're able to have a beautiful, beautiful app. What's really cool and bonus about Nixcode's platform that makes it a little bit different than the other tools, which we cover in the program, as well as other options outside of Nixcode, that still comes with it, is the fact that you get a curriculum and actual support, because it still can be hard. Even though it's no code, I commend everyone in the program who still did it and applied themselves, because just because it's no code does not mean it's easy. You all had great critical thinking skills, and I think that's really what it requires, is having that logical thinking to build something without code. And so what our platform offers in conjunction with that is, we talked about, okay, where are the opportunities to make revenue? Will this contribute to your marketing funnel through this workflow that you had? Where are you going to collect data and analytics through these videos, even after the program to continue to support over a year, so they can get something to the market and get that MVP validated. I appreciate all the work everyone's done, and I love all the great apps that were built on the platform. You all did outstanding job in finding the right tools to keep doing what you need to build. So congratulations to everyone who done the work, and I can't wait to do the next group of MVPs and see what you all will build. Thank you. want you, with paper and pencil, I want you to take what the user problem is that you have written down, and then who that user is coming into the workflow, and immediately, how do you plan to start delivering value? There's no right or wrong. Just give it a shot. What decisions do they need to make? Are they qualified? Are they not? Do they have this problem or do they not? If they do have this problem, okay, then what are you putting in front of them? So feel free to pop in the chat, ask questions, come on the mic, but I will give you all 5 minutes to start.
Okay. I could just maybe put like 2 or something, because there are a lot.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
But what's the best way to draw those outputs? Like, that's where I got a little stuck, because I just kept drawing like a line and another box and a line and another box.
Lines, and then you can almost make like a web. Like, you know, you used to make at school, you brainstormed a book or idea report. Go ahead and do a spider web. Just draw out lines from every piece. Say, okay, well, and if you don't mind, you can stop annotating. I'm gonna go ahead and work through yours as an example, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Question.
So this is a finished map. If I were to spend way more time than I have tonight and I wanted to finish or get closer to finish, I would map out for 2 major personas, the customer, so that's April. I want to map out her major activities. She searches for products, she orders products, she receives the product. And eventually she may come back and do some account management stuff so that she can repeat this cycle and come back and search again and order again. You want her to come back and be a repeat.
Can you show how to do that again? I'm at the part where I add contact information and the add action/link box appears.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to see where I can add the SMS, but I don't see that.
Okay. Under app sections, there's one, you can actually click on app sections to truncate it. And then there's contacts on that, and then send SMS text message.
Oh, okay. I see now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to go back to that chat. Where did you find that? I couldn't find the chat on the marketplace. Was it called something else?
Oh, community wall. It's called community.
Hi, my name is Nilda Thomas, and I'm the founder and CEO of Workforce eTraining Solutions. We provide online career and technical training to minorities, women, youth, and underserved communities to help bridge the skills gap and digital divide. Did you know that you can launch a mobile app without needing to code? One of the awesome tools we learned about in our STEEP cohort was Tequity. It's a no-coding mobile development platform that helps entrepreneurs take their business mobile. And what I got from it was that it was very easy to use. There were templates that I could use, and so I didn't have to start from scratch. And all I had to do was put in my information, and it was there. And if I wanted to change it, I could change it. It's just very, very user-friendly and easy to use, as well as a step-by-step guide that I was able to use, and also webinars for additional training. And there's also free publishing to app stores. So if you're looking to build a mobile app, check out Tequity.
So we went from networks to NICS codes. I mean, this is great to get a glimpse of the powerful tools and the people and the programs and the information that you ladies have had and will have access to. And another cool part of this effort is that each of the participants recorded a pitch video. These have actually been live since Monday. If you've recorded your pitch video, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I got a feeling you're about to see a little bit of it now. So since introducing these founders to the world, their inspiring pitches have been seen hundreds of times already since Monday, and we have received views from across the United States. Again, a very important opportunity to get access. So let's take a quick look at the pitches from the STEEP participants.
My name is Myra Lee. I am co-founder of Abea, and we are a Detroit-based, minority-owned, women-owned business and for-profit startup studio. Our focus is supporting Black and Brown beauty entrepreneurs.
Amora Naturals creates natural personal care products and builds community around what. Again, Amora Naturals is a family company ran by sisters, myself, Talitha Johnson, and my little sister, Talitha Johnson, brand strategist.
What if I told you that you could take a trip to Ghana, direct flight from JFK, New York City, be there in 8.5 hours, and be on the beautiful beaches, just like that? My name is Renee Hudson, and I am the founder of Becoming Ghanaian.
We are EduTech Diva Enterprises, and I am Tanya Thomas, CEO and Principal Consultant. Women need support. They're doing a lot, and many women are doing even more with a lot less, and we're seeking to give them the assistance that they need.
Hello, my name is Doria Barnes, and I am the Creative Director of Grind Essentials Agency, and we're building and inspiring brands.
Hi, my name is Siobhan James, and I am the founder and CEO of Hera. Hera is a wipe designed to pick up hair.
Hello, my name is Chinanya Kune, and I am the founder of Ilera Labs. Ilera Labs is a subdivision of Ilera Apothecary, where we do private labeling and custom manufacture for skincare products.
Good afternoon. My name is Camille Chisholm. I am the owner of Indigo Packaging and Consulting, and I am going to talk about changing the way returnable packaging in automotive is managed.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Terry Slaughter, and I am the founder of Jezebella Design Innovations, where we make the little things extraordinary.
Founder of Lily and Augusta, where we are developing plant-based braiding hair. Now, I love wearing braids, but braids don't love wearing me. Experience hair without harm with Lily and Augusta.
41.8% of the main characters in picture books are white. 29.2% are animals. Hi, my name is Morgan, and I'm here to talk about Momo's Book Club, a subscription book club for kids designed to make their library as diverse as the world.
Hey, well, hello, I'm Dr. Keisha Waddell, CEO and founder of New Normal Digital, and we're a public workforce training service to agencies that assist people with disability.
Hi, everyone. I am Madeline Miller, founder and CEO of Nextiles. At Nextiles, we recycle pre-consumer fabric waste into eco-friendly building insulation.
So PBA Royal, we have dance and music classes. The children perform live. Our acting and modeling program, the students do commercials, so you have jobs and auditions.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jessica D. Mormon, and I'm the founder and director of Singlehood Solutions, an online platform where women are single, not alone.
What do you do when you're not feeling well? What my go-to thing was when I wasn't feeling well was a warm cup of herbal tea. My name is Gracie Xavier.
Good evening. My name is Kimberly Johnson. I'm the founder of The Pet Shadow, and we prevent no more lost and stolen pets.
Hi, my name is Camille Chine, and I'm the creator of Connected. Connected is a centralized platform that allows child welfare servicing organizations to connect so that they can save time, money, and lives.
My name is Shanae Yelder, and I am a certified information systems auditor and the founder of Exploit Consulting, where we focus on strategically incorporating information security.
Hi, my name is Nilda Thomas, and we help minorities, women, and underserved displaced workers learn new in-demand skills to transition to high-skill, high-wage jobs through our online career and technical training programs.
Hello, my name is Vicki Franklin. I'm the founder and creator of the Y Techno platform. And what we do is design educational programs and tools to help individuals build basic skills that promote self-sufficiency.
Wow, I wish we could just like all clap at the same time. Can we try it? You ladies are amazing. I mean, and inspiring. The branding, the images, the pitches, the ideas, the value propositions, pure brilliance. I'm just speechless. And now, because we're coming to a very important part of the conversation in the program, where we'll find out who is the people's choice for best pitch. And are you guys ready? The People's Choice winner is, okay, this is where I feel like I'm opening the envelope. Connected, and is it Tines, Tines company?
Yes, Tines Co. LLC. Thank you. My
Tines.
product is
Yay!
That's
Camille!
Thank
So-
you guys. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations, ladies. Connected in times.
Thank you. I thank everybody from my cohort to everybody within the STEEP program. This has definitely been an amazing and phenomenal experience. And I thank everyone for showing up and showing out and voting, and everyone that just fought so hard, even to the bitter end. I won't tell you, I didn't look like this a few minutes prior to, because we were still pushing it until 4:59. So thank you guys. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, congratulations, congratulations. And I'm sure all of you ladies are so well deserving, but special congratulations to you, Camille, and to the Tynes and Connected. So now let's move into what's happening in June. I think it's June 3rd. It's time to meet the STEEP Detroit Summer Cohort. They will officially begin their journey on June 3rd, which is a few weeks. And I know that the team, the STEEP team, is very proud to welcome them to this dynamic group of entrepreneurs. Welcome, welcome, ladies. Congratulations again for getting into the summer cohort. I need to ask, who is the photographer? So put that in the chat, because some of us want to know who that photographer is, because some of us need new headshots. Beautiful work. And I have to, we're going to listen to a few congratulations, but I'm thinking about this and looking at all you brilliant women, and I can't help but think about my friend and colleague, and I don't even know if she's on the call, but I think about a woman named Carla Walker Miller, who launched her company over 10 years ago and took it from her sitting in Tech Town to a 100-man company. And just remember hearing her story and her struggle. And if she's listening, I just want to say, Carla, I hope you're inspired that you have company coming soon with all of these amazing women building these STEM-based companies. So, but if you don't know her, you need to know her. She's an amazing, amazing entrepreneur and civic leader in this community. So now we're going to listen to some congratulations and good wishes that have been recorded for our STEEP founders.
Congratulations, STEEP participants. You've got this. Good luck with your businesses.
Congratulations, STEEP participants. You did it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ned Stabler, President and CEO at TechTown and Vice President for Economic Development at Wayne State University. Congratulations to the first cohort of the STEEP program. Dr. Renter has told me all about the hard work you've put into turning your tremendous ideas into profitable businesses, and I'm so excited to celebrate you tonight. You're a part of the TechTown family now, and we'll always be here to support you on your entrepreneurial journey. Again, congratulations and best wishes in all of your future endeavors.
So congratulations again, everyone. And I just want to say, first of all, I've been so inspired. I've never been an entrepreneur. I don't have the guts to be one. That's where you guys come in. And it's just been so inspiring hearing the stories and seeing this program. And it's time to close this wonderful evening we've had together. Entrepreneurs like you are the future of what is an inclusive economy, not just in Detroit, but in the country, in the world. And like the women who created this program, to the mentors, the speakers, the entrepreneurs yourselves, we all play a big part in building this future. And one of the ways that that's happening, TechTown is actually doing this through the launch of a new startup fund that they've put together to bridge the gap of funding for Black tech founders. And so it will pay for projects that help idea stage founders reach investment ready milestones. So this is a really, really important fund. And right now they're building this fund, and all donations to this fund up to 5,000 will be matched one to one. So if a person is donating $10, that'll become 20. If you're donating $50, that'll become 100. And the special donor that's making that match possible is Atomic Object. So for those of you that feel inclined, whether you are listening as a sponsor or mentor on this call, please know you have an opportunity to contribute even more. And I think it was Marlo or Dawn who said, if we all give a little, our community will gain a lot. And I think they've demonstrated that through this effort. So take time to make those donations if you choose to. You can find that at the techtowndetroit.org app. But I just want to close the night out again by thanking everyone that's watched, that's been with us this evening. I want to thank Michelle for managing the technical process tonight. I can't imagine with the videos and the headshots and the recordings and managing the Zoom calls. Thank you. But the participants for your time, your determination, each and every one of our guests, Richelle and Lisa, those pearls of wisdom, sharing from your experience. And special thanks to Sharon, Marlo, and Dawn for your vision. And pardon me, Marlo and Dawn, for not calling you Dr. Batts and Dr. Rencher. I feel like I can just call you Marlo and Dawn. These women are leaders and innovators and visionaries. And like Sharon said, you're pioneers, but she is an incredible pioneer who has been at this for a very long time in the city and across the country. And then Phaedra, Juanina, thank you so much for your efforts, and the entire team at TechTown. So last but not least, thanks again to our financial supporters who are making this possible: General Motors, Google, National Science Foundation, and others. Be safe, keep going. You guys got this, as Maria Thompson said, and good night.